Hello everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we're gonna have the Lords of the Fallen, the Umbral Umbrage. As the fan of Soulsborne games that didn't play the previous Lords of the Fallen titles, it wasn't interesting coming into CI games and their in-house development Hexworks reboot for the franchise in 2023. This Lords of the Fallen keeps the War of Good intact while offering a decent action RPG system, but in both takes it to the next level and complicates things by adding a mysterious and difficulty layer to the war. This game was tough, and not always fair, but I kind of loved what they pulled off with its unique gimmick and mechanics to stand out in the genre. Well, don't forget to subscribe to our channel please guys. Lords of the Fallen story takes us to the gothic medieval land of Moosdren, where the demon god Aedir once attempted to take over the world of his armies, only to be found back and sealed by the humans, who created 5 beacons. These beacons were supposed to be protected by the Holy Church of Osiris, Aedir's arch-enemy, but over the time the protectors withered, the beacons became corrupted, and Aedir's followers jumped at the opportunity to bring the moon god back into the world of humans. To cleanse up beacons, Osiris' followers realized they need a warrior that walks in both lights and darkness, good and evil. Thus the Umbral Lamp is crafted, granting a wider in that and allowing them to see both the nature of wood and demonic umbral world around them. It just happens that the umbral also falls out of the hands of the wider and into the hands of the corpse, making your player create a character, a dark crusader, and setting you path to stop Aedir's return. Lords of the Fallen gameplay environments are split between the natural world in the Kingdom of the Most Dead and the Umbral world, which is hidden behind a veil only the Umbral Lamp can grant access to. Both worlds are daunting gorgeous. This is no lack of gothic structures, cathedral halls, and ancient crypts to explore, and I found myself making liberal use of the game's photo mode to take selfies on the hills with massive castles face and beacons of demonic light with my armor and weapons shining. I really like the Umbral world, its environmental overlay on what you see in the regular environments with the demonic viscera bones and the remains of massive creatures decorating a nightmarish hellscape, where you see a mountainside fart and checkpoint overlooking the cliff, and a peek into the Umbral will reveal a massive demonic corpse with the arms withered around its structures. And these aren't just for show. Most of the time the Umbral world provides a way to move forward where the natural world doesn't. For instance, the hands of the arms of the aforementioned giant demon corpse might give you a bridge to otherwise unreachable items at nearby Mount Ledge. You just have to explore at your own peril. It wasn't always thrilled by the performance. My PC was well minimum and even a nudge of our recommended spec with the Nvidia RTX 3070 Ti and 60GB of RAM, but I sometimes found the frame rate had trouble keeping steady in particularly busy cutscenes of areas. When the game in smooth, flowing motion, it's gorgeous. It just seems to use more resources than requirements even ask for under auto-detect settings. That said, Hexworks also prepared patches then deployed late in the review cycle and another scheduled for the game launch. The performance seems to be smoothed out in the post-patch testing, so it's very possible these issues could be addressed by the time the game is openly available. Lords of the Fallen is similar to most Soulsborne games. You can choose your warrior's supporting class, gear, stats, and specialities. You wander from the checkpoint to checkpoint, making leeway towards defending a main boss at each of the 5 beacons scattered through the monster red. The checkpoints are corpses of falling Umbral lamp bearers, but unlocking them lets you level up, regain your supplies, and fast travel between the checkpoints. Lords of the Fallen even gives you an upgradable healing item that is refilled each time you rest. All of the basics are here. Where Lords of the Fallen starts to set itself apart with its Umbral world and the relics that interact with it, it's nearly any time you can swap between the ranged options like a bow or magic, the Umbral lamp, and hold it back up to the normal to reveal glimpses of the demonic world around you. However, you can also outride the entire Umbral with the help of the lamp. It's a very dangerous trip. While the Underworld offers new paths and otherwise I wouldn't be able to take throughout my travels, a Bridge of Bone might appeal if there was nothing in the natural world. You might also find an umbral entity to rip out of their resting place to destroy an enable living door and open a new path. The catch is you stay as an umbral world, demons swap around you, and eye gouge slowly feels relating more frequent and dangerous demonic spawns. If you let the gouge feel all the way, a nearby unlikable repeatable will appeal and chase you relentlessly in attempt to slay you. The only way is to get to the checkpoint and rest to use the special umbral vessel that will whisk you back to the normal world. It's the intense game of risk versus rewards because there are tons of secrets in the umbral world gives you access to that you otherwise won't see. The normal world enemies also don't go away in the umbral world, so the mix of the regular enemies and the demons can get you overwhelming very fast. So, as funny challenging as I could find the Lords of the Fallen to be, I also appreciated its creativity. The umbral world and mechanics surrounding it's made for extremely compelling and risky adventure where I often rode the line between the safety and the death. I feel like the game could have done better at making the threat and umbral world more than the escalation of the foes up an unlikable purser that could one-shot me, but I could deny I was tickled by the possibilities and always curious of what was on the other side. Makes its interpreting words mechanics into the good melee magic, and archery is a beautiful gothic settings, and 2023's Lords of the Fallen feels like something I more than remember for what it did right and how it set apart. The duality of the game settings is both dastardly and dozly. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.